Would everyone please rise for the singing of the national anthem? The anthem will be performed by the Norwood High School Silhouettes.
Where do you want me to stand? By space?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you. Will you please stay standing for the Norwood High School alma mater, performed by the combination of the Norwood High School Band and Orchestra.
Remember to breathe. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. You may be seated. Before we get started, the seniors had a special request that I would like to grant. So one last time, seniors, what's your number? Congratulations. Good evening and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2017. I'm Brad Winterrod, the principal of Norwood High School, and I would like to personally welcome all parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, and other family members of the class of 2017. I would also like to welcome Norwood City Schools Board of Education, Superintendent Amodio, and the professional staff of Norwood High School. Well, seniors, you finally made it. Let me be the first to say, great job and well done. So on this, the last occasion that I will speak to you as Norwood High School seniors, I would like to encourage you that as you go through your life, that you will always have the endurance to make it through all of life's obstacles. There are many examples of people who have overcome obstacles and hardships and who have endured the test of time. The first being John Stephen Akawari. Akawari was a world-class distance runner who was competing in the 1968 Olympics when the unthinkable happened. During his race, he fell and eventually finished last. Bruised, bloodied, and battered, Akawari completed the race hours after all of the other runners. Later, when asked why he continued in the race when he could have easily quit, Akawari replied, "My country did not send me 5,000 miles to start a race. They sent me 5,000 miles to finish a race." Today, seniors, this leg of the race is coming to a close. But as you finish, I don't want you to linger on the finishing, but on overcoming the obstacles that may face you as you begin the next leg of your race. As you continue in life as adults, you will encounter many obstacles and challenges. How you handle those obstacles will most certainly define you and your character. The obstacles will come in all shapes and sizes, in the wee hours of the night, and when you least expect them, and in the middle of any given day. And I believe the key to overcoming your obstacles is not to focus on the obstacle itself, but rather the end accomplishment. Sometimes obstacles seem too big to conquer. Cancer, death, poverty, joblessness, and the list goes on. Shift your focus from the obstacle to the objective. When everyone sees walls, dig tunnels. When others focus on the obvious, seek out the unusual. Don't make the mistake of Florence Chadwick. In 1952, she attempted to swim the frigid ocean waters between Catalina Island and the California shore. She swam through foggy weather and choppy seas for 15 straight hours. Her muscles began to cramp, she was tired, and her desire to finish began to weaken. She begged to be taken out of the water, but her mother, riding in a boat alongside, urged her not to give up. She kept trying, but eventually she grew too exhausted and stopped swimming. She was gently lifted out of the water and into the boat. The crew paddled for about 5 more minutes, and then the mist and the fog broke. And Florence discovered she was less than half a mile away from her objective. "All I could see was the fog," she explained at a news conference. "I think if I could have seen the shore, I would have made it." Seniors, take a long look at the shore that awaits you, not the obstacle in front of you. The finish may be strokes away. Stay at it, stay in the water, conquer the obstacle that you may face, and yes, you will have to be strong, and there's no doubt about it, you will have to survive your obstacles. The most sacred symbol in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, is a tree, a sprawling, shade-bearing 90-year-old American elm. Tourists drive from all over the country to see her. People pose for pictures beneath her. Arborists diligently protect her. She adorns posters and letterheads. Other trees grow larger, fuller, and even greener, but none more cherished. The city treasures the tree not for her appearance, but for her endurance. She endured the Oklahoma City bombing. Timothy McVeigh parked his death-laden truck only yards from her. His malice killed and wounded many people and buried the tree in rubble. No one expected the tree to survive. No one, in fact, gave any thought to the dusty branch-stripped tree. But then she began to bud. Sprouts pressed through the damaged bark. Green leaves began to grow. The tree would soon be given the moniker, the survivor tree. You too can survive life's obstacles. In closing, I want to leave you with these 2 thoughts. First, when life's obstacles bury you in debris and rubble, stay strong, bend but don't break, survive. Second, don't focus on your obstacles, focus on your aspirations. The shore is closer than you think. Congratulations and good luck. Next, I would like to introduce the senior class president, Kyle Miller.
The moment has finally come, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy to finally tell each and every one of you students congratulations for graduating. Or, in the interest of time, considering I only get 2 minutes up here, congratulations. Pretty nice, huh? I hate saying that high school is the best time of our lives, because this is the best. Lord, I don't want to see the worst. These past 4 years, however, have been filled to the brim with memories, but with those came homework, late nights, social agendas, surprise tests, begging the teacher to move back the test, math Excel, ew, all kinds of Google Docs, and the list goes on. Throwing a part-time job on a couple of sports and you got a concoction that most of us call our daily lives. Sort of like juggling 3 flaming chainsaws on a unicycle while crossing a tightrope over a pile of salt. You mess up one part, you're going down. Don't even get me started on the books assigned to us that are older than our great-grandparents that make watching paint dry seem like it would be a successful television show comparatively. But, if nothing else, high school gave us the chance to grow. Not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally. It provided us with a safe environment to learn, meet new people, and eat food that prisoners might go without. Thanks, Michelle Obama, for that one. It allowed us to get acclimated to the real world, but still be shown the love and support we need to truly flourish. Honestly, each and every one of us should credit our success to the people who decided to come back to the place where they started and create this environment for us. Not only them, the teachers, but our parents, grandparents, legal guardians, aunts, uncles, and other family for always pushing us to go to school, thank you Nancy Miller, providing us with a roof over our heads, food in our bellies, and love and support to keep us going when we think we can. A special thanks to Mr. Winterrod for being the only principal I know that uses Twitter somewhat successfully, probably even better than me, I'm gonna be honest. Now on to the important stuff. Now that we are done with high school, it is time to start on the road that will lead to the rest of our lives, whether that be college, the workforce, or serving our country and keeping its status as the greatest place in the world. Now is the time to put all of the nonsense to the side and focus, because for the first time in our lives, the choice is ours. Now, I know what you're thinking, but if you gave any 5-year-old the choice between going to school and staying home, God knows we wouldn't be here listening to this speech. Now is the time to make hard decisions that will impact the rest of our lives. It will be stressful. It will be filled with hard times, sleepless nights, and probably a few bad decisions. But at the end of the day, it will be filled with memories and experiences that will make you into the man or woman you want to be. As Ed Helms once said, don't be afraid of fear, because it sharpens you, it challenges you, makes you stronger. And when you run away from fear, you also run away from the opportunity to be your best possible self. So take those congratulations you keep on getting with a grain of salt, remembering now is not the time to relax, but to work harder. Finally, I need to tell you all this. Congratulations, we worked so hard, we forgot how to vacation. The others, they really didn't have the dedication. And yeah, we have changed, but we made it. Yes, we made it. Thank you all, and good luck in your lives, but I know you won't need it.
And now I would like to introduce the Salutatorian for the class of 2017, Caitlin Leach.
High school, in one word, is an experiment, not only in the classroom, but for life itself. Here we are able to test out new careers and paths for ourselves before we venture out in the real world. We're able to form our dreams of who we want to be and how we will get there. But most importantly, it is a place in which we are able to make mistakes and are given the support to rise up above these faults. Where else in our lives will we be able to learn who we are without worrying about bills or responsibility? But now it is time to leave the incubator and venture out into true existence. We have planned and prepared for our futures for years. And now it is time to test our hypothesis of who we will become and finally see who we were meant to be. However, like an experiment, often your hypothesis is not always correct. While you may envision the future in one way, more often than not, your prediction is wrong. Who you want to be now may not be who you will be 10 years from now. As you grow past your senior year, how you see the world will change, as well as how you see yourself. What once was your dream in high school may not be who you want to be later. Do not remain fixated on the path, but keep your eyes on the road ahead. This is the key to all of your successes later on. While Norwood High School will always be in each of our hearts, there are bigger and better things beyond our little town that offer great adventures to those willing to put in the effort. This effort is vital. Without this discipline for success, our goals will never be reached. Life will not simply hand us success. It is our job to seek out the information to help us prosper. Unfortunately, however, in our school, we enjoy the idea of success, but many struggle in putting in the effort and the dedication to make this success a reality. Just because you have a dream does not mean you will succeed. What will determine your dreams is the willingness you have to put in the hard work to make this dream a reality. This determination is what each teacher you have ever had has tried to inscribe in you. But now it is time to test their labor and our hard work. The sweat of 12 years of schooling and 12 years of dedication. However, hard work is not the only variable in who you will become. Who you want to be is even more important. Follow your heart wherever it takes you and use hard work to make this dream a reality. As you change, however, who you want to be will also change. And as in an experiment, when you don't find the results you thought, learn and adjust. Adjust to see how you see yourself, 1, 5, or 10 years from now. If you head to college for pre-law and find your passion is music education like my mother, Holly, don't be afraid to change paths. That's okay. But also know that each path you find is filled with obstacles that require hard work in order to move ahead. Have the determination to follow your dreams and the dedication to put in the hard work to make it happen. This is the equation for your dreams. Find what you love and put in the effort to make your career something you love. After all, a job is not a job if you enjoy what you do. While the only thing we may remember from class is that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, or that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, that is not what is important. What is important is what we were taught in the hallways, not in the classroom. We learned to walk on the right side of the hallway. Well, some of us did. And we learned to pay our library fees, no matter how small. These simple teachings of common knowledge are what will follow us into our adult lives. As one lifelong experiment comes to a close, another begins. And how we deal with adulthood is even more daunting than adolescence. There's a major difference from testing in the lab and testing in the outside world. While in the safety of the lab and our school's walls, our mistakes can be cleaned and forgiven. The world is unkind and unforgiving. But this is what we have been taught, to get back up on our feet by ourselves and move forward. But most importantly, this is not a day of uncertainty. This is a day of celebration. It is time to live life to the fullest and enjoy the time we have now, for our lives will never be like this again. As Mark Twain once said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did do. So throw off the bowline, sail away from the safe harbor, cast the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Thank you, and don't forget to relish the path you are about to take. After all, the journey is more meaningful than the destination, and we are about to take the most marvelous journey of all.
And now I'd like to introduce our last student speaker. It is the class valedictorian, Ashlyn Stevens.
In the words of the great author J.K. Rowling, we do not need magic to transform our world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better. As you may know, I love to read. The Harry Potter series is one of my favorite works, and J.K. Rowling is one of my favorite authors, not only because of her work, but because of her take on reality and empowerment of people to embrace their talents and encouragement of people to try their hardest. As someone who dislikes endings and change, graduation is a bittersweet time for me, and I'm sure for many of you. As much as we've looked forward to this day, I'm sure that we all feel the same fear. A fear of the unknown, a fear of the future and everything unfamiliar. Today marks the end of just over a decade of certainty, a decade of lunch lines, field trips, sports, and friends. High school has been a different experience for each and every one of us, and we will all take something unique away from our experiences. As I say this, a saying comes to mind. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. High school is an important stepping stone, a crucial chapter in our lives that helps shape us and determines our writing style for the future. Even though everything is going to be different and we have yet to write our futures, I hope that you look boldly to the future and give your chosen path your all, whether you go to college, join the military, or enter the workforce. When asked how she'd like to be remembered, J.K. Rowling answered, "As someone who did the best she could with the talent she had." To me, this is a great quote to live by. Do your best and try your hardest in whatever you set out to do. If art is your passion, embrace it. If you love to write, keep writing, and maybe someday millions of people will be reading your work. If you can juggle spoons while wearing stilts and roller skates, I'm sure there's an opening for you somewhere. No matter what your skills or talents are, nurture them and utilize them to be the best that you can be. Doing so may not only benefit your life, but the life of someone else, and add a quirky, inspiring chapter to one's book of life. Life is a journey, a never-ending sequence of chapters, prequels, sequels, and epilogues, filled with memories and made unique with experience. Each and every one of us are the authors of our stories. We are the ones who determine plot twists, key events, and outcomes with our choices. Although we are the primary creators of our lives, our future, and our stories, they would be nothing without our sources of inspiration, our editors and main characters. Other people play key roles throughout our lives and affect our story's course, some for the better and some for the worse. As you encounter people throughout your life, I encourage you to be thankful of the effect others have had on your story as they add depth and detail, conflict and stability to your growing masterpiece. Upon the ceremony's conclusion, please thank somebody in your life for their support, their inspiration, or the effect that they have had on you. I can honestly say that the people I've met throughout my school years at Sharpsburg Elementary, Norwood Middle School, and Norwood High School have impacted me tremendously. And to all my teachers, my parents, and all of you, class of 2017, I thank you for your part in my journey.
And now I would like to introduce the Superintendent of the Norwood City Schools, Mr. Rob Amodio.
I'd like to start out by beginning to thank everyone who's in attendance this evening. It's just a great day to be a Norwood Indian. We gathered today to honor and recognize the 2017 graduates of Norwood High School. That is the 118th graduating class from the high school. But before I speak to the students seated before me, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the rich heritage and proud tradition of Norwood High School. I would ask at this moment that all past graduates, alumni of Norwood High School, please stand and remain standing. Seniors, please take a moment to look around at everyone who's standing. They've blazed an incredible trail. They've established amazingly high expectations for each of you. Everyone, please give another round of applause for all of our proud Norwood High School alumni. Next, I would like all veterans of the armed forces and those who are currently enlisted or waiting to attend basic training to please stand and be recognized. President Ronald Reagan once said, "Some people live an entire lifetime and wonder if they've made a difference, but a veteran doesn't have that problem." On behalf of myself as the superintendent for Norwood City Schools and our entire nation, thank you to all the veterans and all of our young men and women who are enlisted for you enable us to have a graduation like this tonight. Thank you. Please another round of applause for all of our veterans. You know, each year at a graduation ceremony, all you guys get to listen to the board president speak, get to listen to Mr. Winterhut speak, and get to listen to me speak. And I know every time that, at least for me, when I stand up, you're like, I don't care what he's thinking about. But here's what I know. For the last 8 years that I've been superintendent, when the forecast calls for snow, or it's 10 degrees below zero, or you go to bed and your pajamas are on the inside out, you really care what I'm thinking, don't you? You know, I turned 51 a couple weeks ago, and there's a lot of people in attendance today will probably attest that when you get a little older, you think people really want to listen to your wisdom. So I got some wisdom for you guys today, and seeing as I'm still your superintendent for about another 30 minutes, y'all are going to sit there and listen for a couple minutes. So, you know, when I think about what is important in life and what guides you in life, I always think about 3 specific words that have been a guiding principle in my life. 3 simple words that if you think of these on a daily basis, while I'm talking, you can even think about even today or sometime in the last year or two that you had to use each of these 3 words to get here tonight. The first word is choice. Now you think about this. Prior to being here tonight, you didn't have a whole lot of choices. You had to go to school or you wouldn't have gotten here tonight, or you would have come to see me. You had to do your homework, do your schoolwork, or you wouldn't have a cap and gown on tonight. Had to do what your parents said, had to do what your coaches said. If you had a job, you had to go to work, you were going to lose your job. But other than that, you didn't have a lot of choices. Think about when you came into our cafeteria, did you have many choices? Not a lot of choices. But you realize after tonight, in about a half hour when you're a high school graduate, all of life's choices impact one person. They impact you. At some point, they'll impact your husband, your wife, and your children. But all those choices come down to you. Making those choices will begin to define you. Every choice you make, you have to think, do I want this choice to define me at this moment? Do I want this choice to define me today, tomorrow, a year from now, 10 years from now, or in many cases, the rest of your life? You know the easiest choice to make? And I've said this to people in my family lately. You know the easiest, most important choice to make every day? Get up, get out of bed, and do something. That's the most important thing. Get up, get out of bed. Military veterans who are here, one of the first things that you learn in boot camp is to get up and how to make your bed in military specifics. Because guess what you've done when you get up and you go do something? You've made a choice that's positive. You've accomplished one thing for that day. But no matter what your choice is that you make, very few choices, you can make the choice, but what do you want to accomplish with that choice? Very few things that you want to accomplish with a choice other than whether you're getting a Big Mac or a Whopper. Many of those choices are not easy to follow through with. The second word I want to talk to you guys about is perseverance. Perseverance is once you've made that choice, there may be some that you make a choice and what you want to do with that choice, it happens. But anything worthwhile is hard. And that's where perseverance comes in. You know, you guys are going to find out, and some of you already know this, but you guys are going to find out that life will knock you down. It will chew you up, it'll spit you out. But it's not about whether you've been knocked down, whether you've been chewed up, or whether you've been spit out. It's showing perseverance and getting up off the deck and keeping on going forward. It's not how hard you've been hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep going forward. That's perseverance. There's going to be a time when you make a choice that after a minute, an hour, or a day, or a year, you're going to go, why did I make that choice? I thought I could accomplish something. I thought I could do this. Why did I do this? When people are asking you why and people are doubting you, that's when perseverance comes true. It's hard. But that's what it means to persevere. And once you've made a choice, and it's the right choice, and it's going to benefit you, your spouse, and your kids, and your job, and you've persevered, and you're grinding, and you're weathering the storm, you know what is your foundation and your rock to finally accomplish what you want? The third word, faith. Having faith in something. Faith can be a faith in a religion. It can be a faith in someone. It can be a faith in something. It can be a faith or belief in yourself. But faith is what is going to drive you. Faith is when those days when you don't want to persevere and you want to turn back in that proper choice that you made. Faith, calling on your faith, whatever it may be, is what's going to push you. It's going to get you out of bed. It's going to walk you through the storm out to the sunshine. My father used to say, when you walk into a woods, you don't see the other side, but the sun's on the other side. Sometimes there's no way through the woods, but if you keep chopping wood, keep chopping trees, you're going to come out and you're going to see sunshine. And there's days that that's what you have to do. So think about that. Choice, perseverance, and faith. 3 simple words, guys. Life is a journey. Life is tough. But if you make the proper choices, and you persevere when you've made the proper choices, and you believe, you have faith, you're going to live a charmed life and a blessed life. Choice, perseverance, faith. Last thing I want to tell you today is, along with those three words, remember this, and this will give you a complete life. Each day, remember to love someone, laugh with someone, and cry with someone. And if you do that, you will have a great life, and it will be a wonderful journey. Most importantly, amongst everything that I just said, don't ever forget your home is in Norwood. Good luck, God bless, best wishes.
Now I would like to introduce the President of the Board of Education, Mrs. Sarah Horsley.
Good evening. I realize I am the only thing standing between you and your diploma right now, so I'm going to keep this short. I want to extend my sincere congratulations to each and every one of you as you celebrate graduation here tonight for the class of 2017. Today is one of my most favorite days of the year. I love commencements. I love the moment and the ceremony. It's all of you, the graduates, the families, the friends, the teachers, all coming together to celebrate your accomplishments. This is truly a joyous day. I have to share that I am a walking, talking bundle of gratitude. I grew up in this great city and graduated from Norwood High School in 1994. I was truly blessed to be surrounded by family, friends, and teachers that loved and supported me on my own journey of finding happiness. Norwood City School District has given you the same tools and resources to get ahead in life. It is now up to you to take that and grow it into something greater, something that makes you happy. So this is my advice to you. Find what you love and get good at it. Some of you are lucky enough to know your calling in life and have plans for what will come next, while others are still figuring that out, and that is okay. Take time to work through that and figure out really what you want. You are the creators of your own lives. You create your own life and work. True happiness and success comes when you do what you are most passionate about. Graduation is a great time to look at what the future has in store for you. Will you be successful? This success I am speaking of has nothing to do with monetary gains, but is measured solely by your happiness. Begin planning for your future. Set goals. Figure out ways to achieve these goals and fulfill your dreams. If you do not like the path your life has taken thus far, change it. Reroute yourself and blaze a new trail if you need to. Get excited about your future. Grasp it firmly and head down a path leading to eternal success, which I repeat, is all about your happiness. A quote from Jon Stewart sums this point up well in a commencement speech he gave in 2004. The unfortunate yet truly exciting thing about your life is that there is no core curriculum. The entire place is an elective. The paths are infinite and the results uncertain. So if there's any real advice I give you, it's this. College is something you complete. Life is something you experience. Love what you do. Get good at it. I pray that each of you are able to find your life's passion, that it will lead you to a long, prosperous, and happy life. Once again, congratulations, class of 2017. You've already made Norwood proud.
At this time, we will have the presentation of diplomas and certification of graduates. Ashlyn Paige Stevens. Caitlin Arden Leach. Kyle David Miller. Karen Rose Christie Arthur. Christopher Banderas. Samantha Lynn Boswell. Gage Michael Barrera Price. Taylor Nicole Carter Williams. Stephen Henry Burling II. Alicia May Craddock. Jeffrey Allen Bockelman. Morgan Michelle Edwards. Skylar Lee Fisher. Jahir Emmanuel Bush. Stephen Delano Boston. Kimberly Sierra Durbin. Tristan Michael Blaze. Courtney Lynn Cole. Brett William Batchelder. Peyton Alexis Britt. Raul Diego Borosio Devitt. Brittany Banderas. Sage Hooks. Jamie Gachos Carballo. Tyler James Clements. Jacqueline Alexis Lynn Girdler. Caleb Taryn Cunningham. Mary Louise Hill. Samuel Owen Donovan. Anne Yanagihashi Hutchinson. Ishmael Edward Lee Driftmeyer. Hannah Lee Jessman. Mark David Foster. Sophie Wilson Johnson. Patrick Dunnigan Foster. Amanda K. Jessman. Morgan Lee Mellinger Doman. Kelsey Lynn Howard. Sean Michael Darty. Cammie Faye Green. Jordan William Collins. Katrina Nicolette Gibson. Lonzo Augustus Clark. Abby Nicole Kidd. Pop Mapala Gomez. Malia Elizabeth Rose Miller. Christopher Daniel Green. Tiffany Lynn Miller. Charles Jacob Henry. His diploma will be given to him by his mother, Judy Henry. Ashley Marie Muse. Dawson Patrick Hughes. Faith Lee Pfeiffer. Joseph Lee Johnson II. Emily Nicole Powers. Chavez Centuan O'Neill Jackson. Jeremy Christopher Hicks. Nadia Fernanda Ramirez. Caleb Isaiah Hinges. Brittany Ann Miller. Deshaun Anthony Grant, Jr. Carol Ann Marple. Michael Christopher George. Emily Michelle Pruitt. Her diploma will be given to her by her mother, Michelle Pruitt. Ryan Yosef Kassam. Tristan Nicole Render. Dylan John Lloyd. Dakota Lynn Sartorius. Silas Matthew McClure. Sabrina Alice Scholl. Terrence Gerard Motley II. Abigail Marie Stith. Walter George Cody Noonchester III. Camille Denise Thomas. Jacob Michael Milton Moyers. His diploma will be given to him by his mother, Sonia Moyers. Bailey Elizabeth Sloan. Jacob Zachary McDaniel. Emily Christina Schroeder. Her diploma will be given to her by her father, Mr. Chris Schroeder. Zachary Joseph Manning. Maria Gabriela Sanchez Meza. Jihad Dante Maurice Key. Jasmine Danae Ramsey. Mackenzie Duvall Jones II. Diane Michelle Thomas. Stephen Curtis Raines Jr. Austin Matthew Reno. Isabella Rose Ventura. Miguel Angel Rodriguez. Madison Nicole Wachter. Wilhelm Walter Schneider. Kit White. Jeffrey Charles Sexton. Brianna Marie Wilson. Christopher Bev Sears, Jr. Ashley Lynn Washington. Luis Felipe Sanchez Banderas. Emily Ann Vall. Jordan Robert Riley. Cora Marie Tucker. Her diploma will be given to her by board member Mr. Scott Faulkner. Nicholas Valentine Ream. Damika Jaylyn Nicole Thompson. Hunter Jackson Rains. His diploma will be given to him by his mother, Mrs. Anjanette Rains. Tina Winbush. Justin Robert Shepard. Damian C. Sizemore. Willie James Taylor Tate. Elijah Armand Wellington. Jordan Eric Willis. Finnegan Edward Wright. John Michael Wright. Irvin Demetrius Whitmore III. Paul Douglas Warren III. Wael Bila Shreda. Seth Daniel Shelton. At this time, will the members of the class of 2017 please rise? Madam President, it is my pleasure to announce to you that the students in the graduating class of 2017 have met all the requirements of the state of Ohio, and they have met all the requirements of the Norwood City Schools. They are ready to graduate. Class President, please take your position. On his count. Congratulations to the class of 2017 Norwood graduates. Ready?